Hey guys, it's Lost, and sorry I haven't posted anything in a few days, but I've been pretty busy. Still, I got invited to be on Fancy Blue Pants, new server, to feature small YouTube channels, i.e. me, and some of my friends I've met on here. It's going really awesome so far, and what you see behind me is a sneak peek of my first build on this server. It's going to be a giant assortment of giant trees and other trees, and I thought it would be appropriate for today's tutorial since it's going to be over a small tree and just some basic ideas. So enough of that sneak peek. I'm going to go ahead and start building for you guys. So today, like I said, it's going to be a small tree, and we always want to start out with the base. So I'm going to build a 3-block base. The most important thing when building trees is to be kind of random. You don't want it to be patternized. You don't want it to be anything like that. So utilize the ground around you. So I built my base. Now I'm going to go ahead and develop some small roots. And like I said, this is going to be a small tree. It's not going to be super intense or anything like the ones that I showed you a second ago, but it is going to be small. And it's still going to have some cool factor to it, I guess you might say, because of some of the ideas I'm going to use to make it look better. So I'm just doing some small roots. The reason I'm not doing this block by block is because trees are very random when you build them. You don't sit there and think of a pattern, and you shouldn't either because it'll make it worse. But I gave you a small base to use, and then we're starting to develop our roots. If you want to copy it exactly like I am, go for it, but I wouldn't recommend it. So we've basically finished our roots. I like to have a lot of wood around the base of the tree like this, and then kind of just branches out like so. Try to make your angles kind of go all different directions. If one goes to the left, make this one go to the right like so. So cool. I'm going to go ahead and move on. Next, we want to build this up. Now, we don't want to build it up like this, preferably, because that just looks trashy. So let's cut that back. Let's do something instead that's less patternized, less mechanical. So I'm going to build up these two, and then I'm going to continue it. Now, something you also don't want to do is be like this. Okay, got a tree. You want to create some angles to it. You don't want it to go straight up forever. So we want to go high enough to have that established, and we start when moving with it. We want to make it have some curves and some arcs to it, like this. So I'm going to continue up a little bit, and then since this is a smaller tree, that's about as tall as it's going to get. So I've now done the center piece. I have some nice curves to it, some nice motion. I'm going to branch out a little bit. Haha, no pun intended. But I'm going to branch out a little bit up here. And I'm going to have a couple small branches like this, just to give it some, to fill it out a little bit. I mean, go look at a tree outside. This is kind of how it would be in real life. Mostly how it would be in real life, really, if you want to stop and think about it. So, cool. My original plan when getting on this server was not to be the kind of generic tree builder dude to do stuff like that. That wasn't my original plan. I wanted to kind of use my medieval skills. But that's what I've become right now, and the other guys really like it a lot. So I'm going to stick with it for a little bit. I kind of enjoy it too, so there you go. So this is my basic tree. I got a lot on top, so I think I'm going to make the base a little bit bigger. This is just something you have to see, though. There's nothing that really told me, like, oh, there's no mathematical equation, nothing systematic about it, I guess you could say, that told me I needed to do that, but that's what I felt. So there you go. Just make it look a little stronger. Build this up one, and build one right here. I think that'd be better. Make that vertical. Yeah, that looks better already. And I might just go ahead and extend that up more. Yeah, so that's looking good. Now we want to talk about our leaf placement. Since this is mainly oak, most of my leaves are going to be oak. But you don't want to stick to one leaf. You want to change it up some. So as I go along, you'll see that I include other things like jungle, because I think it pairs nicely with the oak, because it's still that light texture. I don't want to include birch and spruce. That's just my personal opinion. So there you go. We have our basic edge set out, but really we want to make it random. So don't just kind of go around like I am right now and just make this pattern. Instead, think about how it would really be, where the branches stick up. Add your own little those guys are freaking out. They're crazy, but they're pretty awesome. So add your own little spots, emphasis I guess you could say, for where the trees are sticking up. You don't want it to just be one big canopy. And you can kind of see that if you look over there. I did a little bit of that, but as I've done it for these past few days, I kind of realized what I need to do as something different, I guess you could say. So I got my little canopies going, my little sections with added on for each of these. The jungle leaves I'm going to utilize in a second were actually suggested to me by Eagle, for short. He's on this server too. He's a really cool dude and he's really knowledgeable about Minecraft, so hopefully you'll get to check him out some too. So a little shout out for you, Eagle, if you're watching this. I like that. And now let's just do one more little elevated spot right here. Just filling it all in, making it look nice. So I think that looks pretty nice on top. It has a certain emphasis to it. I think I want even more right here though. I don't want it to just be that one sticking up. So yeah, that's fairly natural. Not perfect, but it's pretty good, I think. Now we don't want this like set level right here for the bottom of the leaves, so I'm going to kind of expand a couple sides out here. Like this. The leaves are definitely the hardest part. If you can get this down, then you're a pro. So, me building trees like this all started when I decided that I hated the look of the spawn trees in Minecraft. Like, they work for their purpose, but in my villages I like to go through and make my custom trees. If you check out Sarenville, you can see ones like that. So I think that's pretty good. A lot of random. Now I'm going to come back with the jungle leaves and just sporadically place them on the top. It helps with shading, and it also just breaks it up if you look at it from the top. And we'll go there for a sec. So yeah, as you look at it from the top, you can see the little bits of jungle leaves and they look awesome. Here, I'm going to go ahead and turn on quality graphics so you can really get the full effect. Oh yeah, see, that just looks really nice. So there you go. To avoid a ton of lag, I'm going to go ahead and turn that back off, but that's a really nice looking tree so far. So something you can do, just finishing touches. Well, I'll leave it on because I'm not getting too much lag. I'm getting pretty good frames. Something you can do to finish it up is to be sure to put some greenery, include greenery around it. Really, I could go around with the bone meal and just grow all this grass up, but I don't like all the flowers that spawn too much, so there you go. And then another thing you can do is kind of wrap some oak leaves around it to make its own little personal vine, and then kind of extend that out like that, and it just kind of reaches up, just makes it really natural, gives it the flavor I want, the effect, provides the effect I want. And then lastly, even though not all of them would have vines, I like to include vines, and you can't tell how good it looks right now, but it just breaks up the wood. You can't tell how good it looks now because they haven't grown out, but it just breaks it all up. So, yeah, that's basically my tree. I hope you like it, and I hope you will get rid of some of the spawn trees in your world and include some trees more like this. Stay tuned for more episodes about this area. I will surely do updates at some point in time. I hope you have enjoyed this short tutorial. I love doing them for you. Any feedback that you will give would be much appreciated. And thank you guys for watching. May you never walk alone.